Okay, so let's try this example. Okay, this is tutorial 2 number 19. This is the circuit. Find the equivalent resistance seen by the source. This is the source, so meaning that the R total of the circuit. And then find the overall dissipated power, meaning that the overall power. Okay, so what to do? So when we want to find the R total of the circuit, we start with the at the right side. Okay, the most right of the circuit. Okay, so we start with this. This is series or parallel. 10, 20 and 10. Here is series or parallel?
Series.
Series, so we just add the resistors. So let's name it as RA. So RA is equal to 10 plus 20 plus 10 equal to 40. So this is RA, 40 here. And then we found that this 40, okay, this 40 and this RA is connected in series or parallel? Series or parallel?
Parallel.
Parallel. Okay, so we just RA is 40 and this is 40. The same value of parallel connection, we can just divide by 2, meaning that half of the value. 40 parallel with 40, we will get 20, okay? 40 parallel 40, we get 20. If 10 parallel with 10, we get Lionel. 10 parallel with 10. 10 parallel with 10. How much we get? Lionel. Lionel, are you with me? 5, okay? So we will get half. If the same value of parallel connection, meaning that two resistors are connected in parallel and the value is the same, so the equivalent R for that parallel path is equal to half of the value. Okay, so 20. Okay, 20 here. And then let's say RC, we name it as RC. RC is equal to 20 plus 8 plus 12, we get 40. Okay, and then the new equivalent circuit will be this 40, and then again 40 parallel with 40, we will get 20, half. Okay, and then this is the equivalent, the new equivalent circuit or the simplified circuit. So 20 and 20 is series, then the equivalent R is equal to 40. And then power, find the overall power is P equal to, we have three equations, V square over R, IV or I square R. Okay, so total power is equal to total voltage square divided with total R. So V is equal to 12 square divided with 40, we get 3.6 watts. Any question? Any question up to here? No. Okay. That's for parallel connection and series connection. Okay. Now the next example, okay, is current divider and voltage divider. Okay, this circuit asks you to find V1 and V2. V1 here, V2 here. This is taken from textbook Sadiku. Also calculate I1, I2 and the power dissipated in the 12 and 40 resistor. I1, I2, power of 12 and power of 40. Okay, this is the answer. This is the solution. Okay, so we have to find I1, V1, I2, V2, power of 12 and power of 40. Okay, so now where to start? Okay, so in order to find I here, okay, we can use current divider principle, but we have to find the current here. It is the total current here. Okay, same goes for I2. In order to find I2, we can apply current divider principle, where current flows from total supply will divide into this path and this path, and then it combine again at this node and then divide again to this path and this path. Okay, so now we have to find the total current. How to find the total current? I is equal to V total over R total. We have V total, but we have to find R total. Okay, now let's find R total first. So 12 and 6 is parallel, become this. And then 40 and 10 is parallel, become this. So 12 parallel with 6, we get 4. 10 parallel with 40, we get 8. Do you know how to calculate parallel connection? Parallel R?
Yes. 1
Okay.
over R.
Yes. So in your calculator, you just type 12 to the power of minus 1 plus 6 to the power of minus 1 equal to the answer, and then you invert the answer. Okay, 1 over that answer, and you will get the answer. This 4. 10 parallel with 40, you get 8. Okay, so now we can find the R total. R total is 4 plus 8 becomes 12. So I total is equal to 15 divided with 12, we get 1.25 amps. Okay, so now 1.25 amps flow from the supply. Okay, and then it will divide into this path. So when we want to find I1, okay, this is current divider principle. If you watch my video, you will understand. Okay, if you do not watch my video and my slide, maybe you can understand. Okay, so I1 is here. How to find I1? We take the neighbor resistor of 12. It is 6. Okay, 6 divided with the total R of this path. It is 12 plus 6. It is 18. Multiplied by the total current supply to these two branch. It is 1.25. Okay, it is total current as well. So we get 416.67 milliamps. Always leave your answer in 3 decimal points. So 416 milli flows through here. Okay, it is 416 I1. Okay.
How about current flows through 6 ohm resistor?
Okay, there are two methods. Whether you subtract I total with I1, or you apply current divider principle to find I flows through 6. Okay, how to find I flows through 6 ohm by using current divider principle? Please type here. How to find current flows through 6 ohm by using current divider principle? Type here. Of 6 ohm. Okay, how?
It's not the one that you wrote, je? Yang tu 6 over 18 times 1.25.
Where is it? This is I1. I1 is 12. The current flows through 12. Now find the current flows through 6 ohm. How? There are two types. There are two approach. Okay.
6 over 18 times 15, is it?
6 over 18. It is I1. Okay, we have calculated I1. So now 12 divided with 18 multiply with 1.25. Okay. We want to find the current flow through 6. Okay, we have to the upper side here. Apa ni? Denominator, numerator apa?
Numerator.
Numerator Okay. The upper side here or numerator is its neighbor, okay? It is 12, not the resistor itself. Okay, we take 12 divided with 18, okay? Multiply with 1.25 or okay, so what's the answer? By calculating this, please type the answer. Tan Li Zong, write the answer. Okay, Tan Li Zong, get the same answer. 0.833, okay. And then the other approach is by total current minus I1. Okay, now please, I total, okay, I total minus I1 equal to, I total minus I1 is equal to what? I total is the current, okay, here. I total minus, okay, so we get this, Zaim, same. Zaim, are you okay? The same, right? 0.33 Nizamuddin. The same, right? Calculate it again, Zaim. Nizam. Okay, sorry. Typing error. Okay, so you will get the same. So which one is easier? We have calculated I1, then we want to find I flows 6 ohm. Let's say this one is I3 maybe. So which approach is easier? Either to use current divided principle or to use principle of what principle of this? What principle of total current minus I1? KCL. Okay? KCL, okay? KCL, because total current flows from here and then it will divide to I1 and I here. Okay, so this is principle of KCL. Okay, so which one is easier? We have calculated I1, then we want to find the current through 6 ohm. Which method is easier? KCL, yes, KCL is easier, of course. Okay, and then we have found I1, then we want to find I2. Okay, so I2 is, again, we use current divider principle. When we want to find I2, we take 10, okay, its neighbor, 10 divided with summation of 40 and 10, 50 multiplied with 1.25, okay? Why 1.25? Because current, this total current will divide at this branch, and then at this point it will accumulate again and it will divide again. So the current, or you can apply current, okay, so it will divide again and we will get 250 milliamps flows through I2, okay? And then we want to find V1 and V2. So V1 we can find using two methods, either V equal to IR, it is Ohm's law, or the other method is by using voltage divider principle. Okay, so this is voltage divider principle. V1 is equal to V6 on as well, okay, it is equal to the V drop across the parallel R. Okay, so it is how to find the V by using voltage divider principle. We take the resistance itself. Okay, so let's say we want to find V1. Okay, V1. So V1 is equal to 4. Okay, 4 is the combination of parallel R. 4 divided with 12. Why 12? Because 4 plus 8. And then multiply with the voltage source 15, we get 5. Or the easier way is by using Ohm's law, just Ohm's law. So V is equal to IR. We have I1. I1 is equal to 416.667 milli multiply with 12. Okay, now find V1. V1 by using Ohm's law. Did you get the same answer as voltage divider principle? Okay. Get the same answer? You must get 5. Okay, 12 multiply with 416.66. Okay, 5, right? 5 voltage. 5 volts. Okay. So which one? Okay, 5. So which one is easier? We have found I1 and then we want to find V1. Okay. By using Ohm's law or by using voltage divider principle? Which one is easier? Which one? Ohm's law, of course, okay? But bear in your mind that how you got A. Where is A? Here. Nurul Nasrin, this is voltage divider principle. Voltage divider principle. Can understand, Nasrin? This is voltage divider principle. Have you watched my video and my slide? Okay, now can I understand, Nasrin? Can I understand, Nasrin? Okay, this is voltage divider principle. But bear in your mind that if you want to use voltage divider principle, let's say we want to find V2. V2 is here. Okay, so you must use the simplified circuit. For voltage divider principle, we should the equivalent circuit must be in series. Okay, series, because this voltage source will divide its voltage to the resistor that connected in series. Okay, that's why we call it as voltage divider. This voltage source, it divide its voltage to the resistance that connected in series. Okay, so now V2 is equal to V2 is here. Do not take 40 here. No, it is 8. It is the equivalent R of the parallel resistance here. So 8 and then divided with 12. Why 12? It is the summation of resistance that connected in series with 8. Okay. And then multiply with the voltage source. Okay. So we notice that V1 plus V2 is equal to the supply voltage. 10 plus 5 is equal to the supply voltage. That's why we call it as voltage divider. 15 will divide its voltage through to the resistance that connected in series. Only can use in series circuit, yes, because KVL deals with loop. Okay, KVL deals with loop. We apply KVL in a loop. KVL states that summation of voltages in a closed loop path is equal to 0. Okay, so settle for V1 and V2. How about the power for 12 and 40? 12 and 40. So PP is equal to IV. So we have I1. Okay, please multiply with V1. Do not use I total, do not use V total because we want to find the power of 12 only. So I must be the current flows through this resistor. V must be the voltage drop across 12. Okay. And then we get the answer. Same goes for 40. Power of 40 is equal to current flows through 40 multiply with voltage drop across 40. Okay, it is I2 multiplying with V2. So now please calculate. Did you get the same answer as this? P, okay, 2.083 and 2.5. Please calculate it now. Get the same answer or not? Daniel got the same answer, same. Al-Amin got the same answer, okay? Good. For both power. Okay, how about others? Tamarai Chelvi got the same answer? Same, okay, good. So now, any question for this circuit? No? Please type no. Type no here. Good. Okay. And then we go for other example. Not responding. Okay. The other example, tutorial 2, number 15. This is current divider. Okay. For the network in the following figure, find the current, voltage, and power associated with 20k resistor, 20k ohm resistor. So we have to find power, current, and the voltage of 20k resistor. So now let's start with current. Okay. So I of 20k. When we see this portion, we know that this can be solved by using current divider principle because we have current source here. Okay, please name the type of source here. Name it. What is the type of this source?
Dependent current.
Dependent source. Okay, give the full name.
Voltage control
Current source. Okay, so now we want to find the of 20k. Okay, so we use current divider principle. Current of 0.01 V0, okay, will flow like this, will divide into this and this. Okay, so we use current divider principle. I of 20k, this one is 20k, is equal to 5k, okay, divided with 5 plus, this is k, this is k, and this is k, okay. Upper side k, lower side k, and then it will cancel. So multiply with the current source. This is the current source, 0.01 V0. So now we have to find V0 first. V0 is here. V is equal to IR. The current of 10k is 5 milli. R is 10k. So V0 is equal to 5 milli multiply with 10k, we get 50 volt. So I of 20k is equal to, you substitute V0 with 50 and we will get 0.1 amps. 0.1 amps flows through 20k. Okay, so we get the current of 20k, and then how about V0? Just V is equal to IR. This is I, this is R. We get 2 kV, 2 kilovolts. And then how about the power P? We can use P is equal to IV because we have current here and we have this is voltage. what is the voltage of, or you can use I square R as well, okay? V of 20K is equal to I square R. It is equal to 0.1 squared, okay, multiply with 20K. Okay, so we get, is it the same? We have a 0.2 kilowatt or 200 watt, same. Okay. Any question? No question, right? Okay, if there is no question, we go to the next example. For the circuit in this figure, find V naught over Vs. Okay, V naught is here, Vs is here in terms of alpha, R1, R2, R3, and R4. If R1 is equal to R2, equal to R3, and equal to R4, what value of alpha will produce V naught is equal to V naught over Vs equal to 10? Okay, I think ignore this question. Okay, just find V naught over Vs in terms of alpha, R1, R2, R3, and R4. Okay, so please observe the question. We should find V naught over Vs. Okay, at the end, V naught over Vs. So we find V naught and then we find Vs. How about V naught? V naught, it is the voltage drop across R4. Okay, same as the voltage drop across R3 because parallel connection. Okay, so V naught is equal to, okay, V naught is equal to minus alpha. I know this is the current source. Okay, so R3 parallel with R4. So this one, okay, this can be simplified like this. We have okay, so this is R3 parallel with R4. Okay, the V naught is must be like this. Okay, so current flows through V naught must be like this. Okay, can understand? Current flows through V naught must be like this because the voltage drop across V naught is positive and then negative, so current must be flows like this. But we know that the arrow of this current source is at the opposite direction of this current. So that's why we put minus, okay? Minus. This is I, okay? This is I. It is alpha I naught. This is R. R is R3 parallel with R4. So this is the equation or the term for V naught, okay? And then now the equation want you to find V naught over Vs in terms of alpha, R1, R2, R3 and R4 only. But now in this V naught we have I naught. So we have to replace I naught with something else. So I naught is here. We know that I naught is equal to I is equal to V over R. Okay. So V is Vs divided with R1 plus R2. Okay. So now let's substitute I naught in this equation. V naught is equal to minus alpha I naught. Okay. Just substitute Vs, okay, divided with R1 plus R2, and then we have R3 parallel with R4. This R3 parallel with R4, we get this R3 R4 divided with R3 plus R4, and then we expand it, okay, multiply and so on, and we get this. Okay, we just combine, okay, alpha Vs. Okay, sorry, so Vs is here. We take out Vs, put it as the denominator, and then we get this. This is just the understanding of this is Ohm's law. Okay, this is parallel connection, parallel combination. This is Ohm's law. Okay, that's all.
So V naught over Vs tu voltage gain ke? So
Yes, yes, voltage gain. We call it as voltage gain. Output divided with input is gain. Okay, this is in term of voltage, so voltage gain. I naught divided with Is is current gain. Okay. Maybe you found the term in other subject, right?
Circuit tu pun AC analysis circuit
Oh,
that one.
AC analysis circuit. In what subject?
Analog.
Analog. Okay. Analog electronic. Okay. Okay. That's all for the extra question. So now, okay. If you notice that I have posted quiz 1 in Microsoft Teams, right? But I think I have to postpone the quiz, make it on the following week. Okay, meaning that not next week but the following week. Okay, because I worry that maybe a new student will come in, so that I think we have to wait for them. Okay, so let's start on 5th week. Okay, not next week but the following week. Sekejap. Tadi dah. Tadi. Ya. Tengok. Tadi kita ada mesej yang baru. Tengok. Internet kelah ni. Tengok ada. Tengok. Ada. Ada satu baru buka. Okay, any other question? Any other question? So this week we just learn about current divider principle, voltage divider principle, series and parallel resistance, Y delta transformation. Can you understand Y delta transformation? You just use the formula to convert delta to star, star to delta. Can understand star delta, or we call it as star delta. Okay, Y is star as well. Sometimes we call it as Y delta transformation. Okay, Y is same as star. Okay, Y or T or star. Okay, star. Y delta or star to delta.
Term sama je lah, star delta, Y delta sama je.
Yes, the same term. Can understand star delta, Y delta? If yes, type yes. Okay, good. Have you learned star delta before? Have you learned before? No. Okay, so Ryan Zulfikri can understand or not? Siti Hilwana can understand? Hilwana can understand? If you watch my video, I think you can understand. Yeah, Siti Hilwana have watched my video and slide, right? So that you understand, right? Meaning that my slide and my video is clear enough, is it? My explanation is clear enough, right? Yes. Okay, so any other question? If there is no question, I think we can end our session. Okay, but you have to understand current divider principle, voltage divider principle, and star data transformation, because these are the basic and that you will apply in further circuit and subtopic. Okay. Next week we will learn about nodal analysis, which is, I think, the most challenging subtopic in electrical parts. Okay. So, if you can understand KVL, KCL, Ohm's law, okay, KVL, KCL, Ohm's law, current divider, voltage divider, power calculation, star data transformation, then it is good because you will learn more complicated circuit in nodal analysis. Okay, I think the most challenging subtopic in electrical part is nodal analysis, because you have to understand where is the node, and then you will apply KCL, KVL, Ohm's law in nodal analysis. Mesh analysis is quite easier. Okay, so please be prepared this week. Please watch the rest of the subtopic. It is nodal. Okay, please understand nodal first, because next week we will learn nodal analysis. Okay, and then the following week we will learn mesh analysis. Okay, any other question? Afi, okay? Afi paste the formula of star data, delta star. Okay, in final exam, if the final exam or midterm test is conducted online, so No formula will be provided because you can refer to your notes. Okay. So okay, so please be noted that every week you will have, I will combine section 1 and section 2 online class. Okay, we will have on Friday, we will have on Monday, we will have on Monday afternoon, okay, at 3 p.m. Okay, and then you just submit feedback in Microsoft form for attendance for the other slot, okay, not for online class. For online class, I will take attendance from the meeting. From here, download attendance list. Any other question? Okay, this is our attendance. Okay, so I have take your attendance for today. Okay, last call. Any other question? Any other question? No, Dr. Good. Okay, please type no, everyone.
No, Doctor.
Good. Okay, very good. So remember that during online class, I will not give a lecture, but we will discuss examples, tutorial regarding the subtopic that I remind you to read, to watch the video. Okay, so that's all for today. I will do revision based on teaching plan to further reinforce the lesson. Okay, so this is third week. I will teach you until week 7. Then other lecturer will take over the class. Okay. So actually, we are advanced a week in our teaching plan. Okay. Actually, I'm teaching you the subtopic on the next week. Okay. Now I'm teaching you the subtopic that should be in week 4. Okay. So this subtopic, voltage divider, current divider, star delta, series parallel should be teach on next week. Okay, but now we are advanced a week. Okay, chapter mana nanti? Maybe KCL, KVL, Ohm's law. That's all. Okay, because during midterm test, all subtopic from week 1 until week 7 will be in your midterm test. So during quiz 1, maybe inshallah covers only up to Ohm's law, KCL, KVL. Meaning that chapter 1 all in chapter 1, and then chapter 2 only covers Ohm's law and Kirchhoff law. Okay, we have two method in Kirchhoff law. Kirchhoff current law, Kirchhoff voltage law. I think so. Okay. No more question?